Do you have any advice for people who get improper coaching? This is question number 2 here. It's a tough place to be when you have a coach who you believe is not serving you, as best as possible. I've been in situations where I butted heads with the coaches and it didn't necessarily get me anywhere. So I may not be the best person to ask, because I just, I guess I made people not like me because they thought that I knew everything, and that it's not the case. I think I know next to nothing, but I thought that they also knew next to nothing, and they did think that they knew a lot. So it was this weird, dance, so to speak. So, you don't want to simply disobey your coach. The best advice would be to find another coach when possible, but that's not always possible. You could coach yourself. That's not always optimal. Sometimes you're better off with a bad coach than no coach, but not always. If it's not possible, then you just have to be aware of your body and what your body is, how it's feeling and how you're responding to training. If you recognize that every day you're feeling worse, then that needs to be communicated to your coach. And if you don't communicate that, then that's your fault. You have to be open and willing and courageous enough to communicate to your coach, even when you don't feel that it's going to be well received. Now, that doesn't mean that you should go be rude and you should say, oh, you don't know anything, coach, you suck. That's not a good way to go. What you should do is be respectful and, give them what I like to call a shit sandwich. You layer it on top with something good, some nice bread. In the middle, you give them what isn't so good, the thing that you're not happy about, and then you finish with something good, so that you're sort of padding, the bad stuff with good stuff around it. And that opens them up when you lead with something good, and then you hit them with what you don't like, explain why you don't like the program or why you don't think it's feeling good for you. And then you finish with something good. And that'll leave them, even if they don't say anything right away, that'll leave them more open in the future to considering your viewpoint if you deliver your message in that way and if you do it with respect. If instead you're all emotional and you're on the verge of tears and you don't know anything, coach, blah, 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 well, that's not going to get you anywhere. So I'm not saying that you would act this way, but some do. Some athletes do act that way. And so you got to be, emotionally intelligent and approach it in a way that is, creating mutual respect. Because if you respect the coach, they're going to be more likely to respect what you have to say, more likely to give you what you want, or let you have the, freedom to give your input as far as the program is concerned. So that's my best advice there. Obviously, if injuries are becoming a real issue for you, then you need to communicate that to your trainer as well.